Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. So today I want to talk about the missing boy William Tyrrell missing from Kendall in Australia. So William Tyrrell, if you're not aware, is a 3-year-old boy that tragically disappeared in September 2014 from his foster grandmother's home in Kendall, which is in New South Wales in Australia. Now, in the past month, a whole new police team have been investigating William's disappearance, and tragically, they have been searching for William's remains. Now, initially, about a month ago, the property of William's grandmother, or foster grandmother, who is now deceased, was searched. The garden was looked at. Very disturbingly, a septic tank was also looked at, and tragically, nothing was found. No remains were found. The search then moved about a kilometre or a couple of kilometres away from the foster grandmother's old home, which is now owned by someone else. And lots of land was being dug up, creeks were being drained, and everywhere that they possibly could look for William was being searched and dug over. Now, in the time that they've been searching, they have found blue and red material. And tragically, one of the top police officers or investigators in William's case is currently taking with him a replica Spider-Man outfit, just like the one William vanished in. Now, the reason for this officer carrying the replica outfit is so that they can compare it immediately to any material that they find.
I'm going to be extremely interested to know whether the material that was located
is from William's Spider-Man outfit. Now, it's really not very nice to say, but the police have said because 7 years have passed, it's highly unlikely that William's full skeletal remains will be found. What the police have revealed is due to the acidic nature of the soil where William may be buried, it's highly unlikely that any of his skeleton would remain. But what would remain is his Spider-Man outfit. Apparently, it would still be visible in the soil even if the colour has faded. So in recent days, the search has moved back towards William's foster grandmother's home. They are now searching approximately 500 metres from her house in an area of bushland that's out the back of this home. Sadly, I think the police believe that William's foster mother was responsible for his death, whether it was an accident that was covered up or something more sinister. I do believe they're thinking that it was an accident that was covered up. Tragically, the police have said they think that William could have fallen from a high-up balcony that was located at the back of his foster grandmother's home. If that did indeed happen, perhaps William's foster mother and foster grandmother panicked and covered up his tragic accidental death. If that's true, did they then bury William out the back of this house? From what I can gather, that poor person is holed up in the house in hiding because having all this attention on where you live cannot be pleasant. But I am aware that whoever bought the house from William's foster grandmother was aware of the house's history. I really hope that this case could be solved soon, even if they do find William's remains or his outfit, and then that proves he was dead or he was buried by his foster mum for whatever reason. It's truly horrific, it's truly awful, but at least the poor little boy could perhaps have some sort of funeral, especially if some of his remains are found. This must be so awful for William's biological family. They never wanted him to be adopted or put into foster care. I believe that due to drug abuse and a relationship breakdown, that was why he was taken into foster care. But his biological mother and father never wanted to lose custody of him, and they actually wanted to search for him when he went missing and were told no. I believe they were told no to protect the feelings of the foster parents, but that's just terrible. Even if his biological parents weren't the best parents in the world, surely they should have been allowed to look for him. As far as I'm aware, both of William's biological parents, his mother and his father, were ruled out by the police years ago, so they are not suspects in William's disappearance. I have thought all along in this case, perhaps if William wasn't fostered, perhaps if his parents could have got on the straight and narrow, perhaps if he'd stayed in their care, maybe he'd still be here today. So guys, I really want to know your thoughts on this. The last video that I did on William, YouTube turned the comments off, but I do understand why. If you share a lot of photos or images or videos of children within your videos on YouTube, YouTube automatically turns off the comments. So on purpose, in my video today, I have not included any photos of William, even though I would have liked to. The reason for that is so I hope YouTube doesn't turn off the comments for my video, so we can all discuss the case, as I would love to know your thoughts and views on what really happened to William Tyrrell. I have been intending on doing a much more in-depth statement analysis of the emergency call William's foster mother made to the emergency services when she realised he disappeared. There were so many red flags from that call. I've listened to it numerous times now and made a lot of notes, and I do hope very soon to have another video out for you analysing the call in a lot more detail, showing you exactly where I see the red flags and where I hear them, why I think that there are red flags, going into a bit more detail as to why I think William's foster mother is responsible for his disappearance. Now, obviously, I don't know whether something sinister happened, whether something was done on purpose. I hope not. It is most likely it was an accident that was covered up, especially as William was fostered. If it was found that the foster mother was negligent, wasn't looking after her foster daughter and foster son properly, William's older sister would have been taken from her care, and I very much doubt her and her husband would ever have been allowed to foster children again. And not only would they have not been able to foster children, it's likely they would have gone to prison. So there are plenty of reasons for them to cover up an accident, just to save their own skin, if anything else. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this case. Pop your comments below. What do you think happened to William? Do you think his foster mother and potentially foster grandmother were involved? Do you think potentially there was an accident that was covered up? Do you think something more sinister happened? Or do you think maybe William was abducted? Now, initially in this case, 7 years ago, the police fully believed that William was abducted. But in recent weeks, his foster mother and foster father have been arrested and charged for hurting a child. Nothing more has been said about who the child is. Whether this child is one of their foster children is unknown, but it would seem since this incident, William's foster mother is now a full suspect in William's disappearance. Just to say, if you're not aware, William's foster father was not there when he vanished. At the time of William's disappearance, he was a businessman. He was having bad signal on his cell phone or mobile phone, and he drove into the local town to get better signal. He also had to pick up a medical prescription, and this alibi did check out. That doesn't mean he's not involved. That doesn't mean there isn't some bigger cover-up, but it's pretty likely, in my opinion, that William's foster mother was the mastermind of the cover-up. What the police now need to figure out, if that is true, is just where did she bury William? Well guys, I'm sorry to be so morbid and so depressing about what happened to William, but I don't believe it will be a good outcome. I don't think William is out there alive. I think he's been dead for 7 years. And horrifically, I do think his foster mother knows what happened and potentially covered up something horrific.
So I just wanted to say, guys, that while I've been editing and preparing this video, the search for William Tyrrell has sadly come to an end. Since the search has come to an end, there have been quite a few interesting developments, and I will be making some further videos on William's case very soon.
Well, anyway, guys, please share your thoughts with me. Hopefully YouTube will leave my comments on for this particular video, so if it does, please pop them below. Please share your thoughts with me. I'd love to discuss William's case with you. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you're all well and having a great day so far. And as usual, I'm going to be back with you all very soon for another true crime video. Bye for now.